This may seem silly, but you don't know until you know, and we want you to know so that you can be successful. It's probably the #1 thing that people don't do that if they did, they would have so much better success. And that is the simple act of fertilizing. When I see all of these amazing plants leaving the greenhouse and going home without the basics, it really bothers me. That's why we do strongly recommend this at checkout. We want you to take home the fertilizer, but it's because we want you to have success. So why do you need to fertilize your hanging baskets? Put simply, annual flowers like this gorgeous begonia here are producing a lot of flowers and a lot of growth in a short amount of time. They have a high metabolism and they need nutrients, food, to support that process. And if you're not providing nutrients, it's gonna show in the plants fairly quickly. But I'll tell you a couple things about fertilizers. First of all, always follow the rate on the bottle. So there's a rate on the back on how much to use. Secondly, avoid pouring that fertilizer over the top of the plant. That can cause burn. We like this product. This is AlgoPlus because it has a very low chance of burning and you can use it regularly as opposed to some of the other brands like the blue stuff. You really only want to use that maybe once a week. Again, always follow the label on the back. But for this product, it's pretty simple. I'm going to show you how to mix your fertilizer and then how to water that basket properly. So this calls for 2 teaspoons. So this bottle actually lasts a really long time. It may even last the whole season. You pour it there in your watering can. By putting your feed in first and then filling with water, you're getting a good mix on that fertilizer. If you fill your water first and then you pour like a powdered fertilizer in, it probably won't mix very well, meaning the bottom of the can could be very hot or too strong for the plant. So how do you know when to water? Well, you could lift it if it feels heavy. May not be time to water, but remember, the bigger the plant gets, the heavier it's gonna be. So checking the soil with your finger is one way. You could also use our handy dandy Sustee water meters. This is the best way to not overwater your plants, we like to say. So it turns blue when the soil is wet and it'll stay blue. It'll eventually turn white if the soil's dry. So you could always put one of those in and that'll be a good visual indicator about the cheapest insurance policy you can buy for your plants. Now to water. How long to water, how much to put down? I like to water until I see it flowing out the bottom. So I'm watering in from the side, almost underneath the plant. I'm gonna go for about 7 seconds. Wait a minute here. We'll see if it starts coming out. So there it is, dripping out the bottom. That's just the right amount of time. Usually it's about 7 to 10 seconds, or in this case, it took about half a gallon of water. So this begonia here is set for a great day of growing and flowering. One more tip for watering, try not to water in the evening. Plants do their photosynthesis during the day. That's where they're collecting that light and converting it into energy for the plant. And they don't do that at night. They're actually in a sleeping state at night. So watering at night can lead to all kinds of issues. Best to water in the morning when the plant is actually going to use it. So there you have it, the basics of watering and fertilizing your amazing hanging baskets. And this is your best way to keep them looking great all season long. These are high performance plants that we sell at Groovy Plants Ranch. With just a little bit of support, you can do this at home. It's not difficult. Thanks for watching.